Well, sometimes us football manager players are just gluttons for punishment, aren't we? We've been humiliated twice in recent years by Barcelona in cup matches. 2 years ago, there was the Europa League semi-final second leg in which we collapsed late on. And last year, a similar situation in the Spanish Cup final when we collapsed in the second half. Well, today, for the third time in 2.5 years, we take on Barcelona in a final. This time, it's the Spanish Super Cup final. We'll be, after third time, lucky for getting one over the Catalan Giants. Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Dodgy Gamer here, bringing you episode 98. Can you believe it? So close to that century. Yes, episode 98 of Andorra, the double challenge, in which I take charge of the club, FC Andorra, and the country of Andorra, and try to lead them both along the road to glory. Well, as you can see up there, it's the Spanish Super Cup final today. If you're not familiar with this, a bit of a new format they seem to have put in place in Spain, where the Super Cup actually becomes a mini tournament in its own right. 4 teams entering instead of the traditional league winner versus cup winner. So I'm assuming we qualified on the basis of being the losing cup finalists last year. I'm guessing top 2 of the league and the 2 finalists from the cup. Or maybe it's because Barcelona also qualified for the Super Cup through their league position, so the place passed us. I don't know. All I know is that we're here. We've obviously already played the semi-final. That was against Atletico Madrid a few days ago, and we came out 1-0 winners. We did not deserve it at all. Atletico Madrid were the better team, but we got lucky. Penalty in stoppage time in the first half. Ben-Hur smashed it home. And that set up a match with Barcelona, which is going to be our featured game today. We haven't had a club episode since those games in mid-October, where we had a pair of draws with Huesca in La Liga and Man United in the Europa League. Well, after that, we went on a bit of a poor run, as you'll see here. Narrow defeat away to Athletic Bilbao. Ridiculous, really. 90+6. Athletic Bilbao scored their goal. We had a man sent off in stoppage time. I guess for that reason, additional stoppage time was added on. It was supposed to end on 90+3. It went all the way to 90+6, and then the referee blew the whistle. We took on Tenerife. Now, Tenerife are struggling this season, so a 1-1 draw at home was quite a disappointing result. Then, of course, one of those tough games that you hate to have when you're already on a run of bad form, but we travelled away to Real Madrid. Only a 1-0 defeat. Normally, we would take that. We'd be happy with that. But as it was coming off the back of not winning a league game since September, that was a bit of a worry. Then away to United in the Europa League and a 1-0 defeat there. Again, it's the kind of result that normally you'd say, well, it's not that bad. It's an away group stage game against our biggest opponent, but just this run of form without a win. But we finally broke it when we got back to La Liga action, beating Getafe. Paul Bosch, new signing last summer, getting the goal. And then another tight win. Ben-Hur returned to form, getting a brace as we beat Espanyol 2-1, and then it was this slew of narrow wins which kind of slowly got us building up momentum again. We took on Astana in the Europa League, weakest team in the group on paper, but we did struggle to beat them. We were 1-0 down at half-time. Larrazabal finally scoring a goal for the club, and Maiorino securing us the victory there. And that was enough to secure our qualification out of the Europa League group as well. More on that in a moment. Then against Mallorca. Now, Mallorca are a team struggling. They're down in the relegation zone, but dearie me, they were all over us initially, and we found ourselves 1-0 down at half-time. Just after the hour mark, 2-0 down. Then finally we burst into life. Ben-Hur getting one back for us. Regielson equalising, and then Reggie Boy 90+5. And this time I would add there were 6 minutes added on. Regielson getting the goal that got us a last gasp victory. Away to Vallecano, bit disappointing there that we only got a draw. Paul Bosch getting a late equaliser. But then, this was the game where finally it was like, yes, we're back. Ben-Hur scored a hat-trick against Barcelona as we wiped the floor with them 3-0. And just for a bit of context, if we skip over to the league table, you see Barcelona way out there in front 1 defeat this season against us. And then they've got the 2 draws as well. So only 3 games they haven't managed to win in the league this season. Their only other defeat this season came in the Champions League away to Liverpool in their group stage game. So, that's a pretty big result for us and has given us the confidence that we could maybe do something today. Anyway, wrapped up the Europa League campaign. Straightforward 2-0 win away to Dinamo Zagreb. That meant, however, we ended up second in the group. So for the first time ever, we're going to have to play in the first knockout round. In the last 2 seasons we've been in the Europa League, we've bypassed this as group winners. But this time, you can see here from the draw, we've been drawn against Shakhtar. So that's pretty good. Because, this one, it pairs up the second place teams from the Europa League groups against the dropouts of them, the Champions League. So out of the teams who finished third in their Champions League groups, Shakhtar was probably one of the better ones for us to be drawn against. Then it was Granada. They took the lead. Granada were just a couple of places below us in the league at this point, but then Ben-Hur put them to the sword in the second half. Another hat-trick from the big guy. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Then we had the winter break, came back from the winter break, played Almeria, Ben-Hur again with the brace, and then I've already told you about the Super Cup, Ben-Hur getting the goal there. So Ben-Hur is in fantastic form at the moment. I'll bring it up for you here. You can see since that game against Espanyol, he's scored, so from late November through to now, 5, 6, 12 goals there in 7 games. Pretty damn hot stuff. So on to our past meetings against Barcelona. Now, obviously, they have the upper hand. You see some quite big victories they've had over us in the last few years, but we have picked up victories against them. Look, we beat them in 2026 for the first time ever. That was a day when Arlindo, remember him, he scored both goals. We then beat them 2 years ago in the first division. Andorra icon Jose Francisco Perez and Guedes getting the goals on that day. We beat them later the same year in the Europa League semi-final first leg. Arlindo with the goal that time. And then the game I've just talked about, we've beaten them again. So, we've given them good games, but we've had a couple of big defeats on the way. There's that cup final last year, of course, the 4-0 Europa League second leg. But, I'm hoping they're not going to be taking the Super Cup too seriously, and we can give them a bit of a scare today. Main absences for us today. Duarte, the central midfielder, is out with a bit of a long-term injury. He's dislocated shoulder, so he's still got 3 or 4 weeks out. And Figueroa, if I can say his name right, also injured. So we've got Bosch playing a bit deeper than he normally does, but he's been effective when he's covered in that role so far this season. Maiorino comes in as well. Reggie Boy in the attacking midfield role. We've got Speranza and Silva on the wings who'll be feeding Ben-Hur floated crosses, so he doesn't even have to jump half the time for his headed goals. The back line, Hernandez, Silhavi is also out. Forgot to mention that. Umbar and Alvarez have formed a very good partnership in the centre of defence. Jonathan at right back, Jimenez in goal. Mbappe is not playing for Barcelona, but they do have Jordan Sancho, who's just won World Player of the Year, so he'll be one to watch. Right, we've got nothing to lose. We've got faith, of course, in Ben-Hur. We've got faith in pretty much everyone. Let's get them all greened up and ready. See if we can pull off yet another shock. I've always found when we got that home advantage against Barcelona, playing a bit more with this balanced setup, shorter passing, keeping possession, frustrates them. And it does help us get narrow wins or 0-0s, 1-1s, that kind of thing. Doesn't really work when we play Barcelona away or in neutral venues. Fingers crossed. With better players in the team this year, it's going to work this time. Speranza goes on a bit of a run. Bit of a dirty tackle from behind there. The refs let that one slide. Or let it slip. Whatever. Oh, we went for a sliding tackle. 2 of them completely missed. And, I thought that was going to result in a goal there. But Jimenez positioned himself well. Right, Barcelona here have taken the lead. Is that going to be allowed, though? It's focused in on the ref. There's going to be a VAR review for Sancho. possible offside because, yeah, I think, goal disallowed, marginal, bit of a Sadio Mane-esque offside called there. We're going to demand more because I'm not happy with the way we've started here. Certainly not happy about almost getting caught out in possession like that. Alvarez, though, with a chance to do something, set something up. Silva, he's got the overlapping run, but he went... Of course, I did tell them to play the short passes, play it a bit more cautiously, which is exactly what he did. But I wish he'd played in Jonathan there at right back. It goes over the top to Ben-Hur. Ben-Hur, nearly. Nearly we took a breakaway lead. Ben-Hur at the back post. Like I said, he doesn't jump most of the time. He didn't jump there. Unfortunately, Barcelona were wise to it. Anyway, they've got the chance to launch a counter-attack now. They've got a man in space here. Damn it, he's scored. Oh, I hate it when that happens. It went from a good chance for us at one end, the corner not quite working the way we planned it, to a minute later, Barcelona scoring, but massive gap there. Somebody, Marino, was tracking back, but yeah, someone was out of position for that. And then they shut the game down. Nothing much else happening in the rest of the half. We're 1-0 down. We've got to find our way back into it. I mean, at least we're being accurate with the shots. With this more kind of patient build-up, we might have to kind of throw caution to the wind a bit as we get further into the second half. Anyway, into the team talk. Show me something else, boys. That's fired most of them up. I mean, nobody's sticking out as having an especially woeful performance. Silva hasn't been involved much, only a 6.5. Speranza only a 6.6. That are obviously marshalling the flanks well, but everyone else is around 6.7, 6.8. So let's just have a look at the heat map and so on. We can see plenty of action around our box, which is a bit of a worry. Bit of possession down the right side, but we're finding it difficult to break into that Barcelona half. But we're going to stick to our guns for now. We'll keep playing patiently. It's helped us unpick that Barcelona defence before. And if needs be, as we get deeper into the game, we'll start to attack more. First highlight of the second half then. It starts with Barcelona on the ball. I mean, now would be the time to get ourselves back into this game. Very poor clearance though. And Avila, the goal scorer. Hernandez. They're going to look, is that going to be a free kick or a penalty? It looked to me like it might be a penalty, although looking where the Barcelona player is, maybe it's going to be right on the edge of the box. We will find out momentarily. No penalty. Thank Christ for that. Anyway, still a dangerous position. We've got to defend this. We do. Right, let's get back into this, boys. Right, so we're going to switch up, go slightly more attacking now. I'm going to bring on Perez for Silva. Silva's not having a good game at all. He's dropped to a 6.4. Perez will play as an inverted winger. Right, we're also going to play the overlap, go more direct and keep that tempo up high. But nothing's worked for us yet, so let's bring on Guedes. He's been in these big games before. We're going to go over the opposition defence as well and push that defensive line higher up. It's all very risky, but there's only 10 minutes left. Let's go attacking and tell the players to push forward. And of course we get a highlight finally, and it's Barcelona with the ball. Well, hopefully we can harass them here. Ben-Hur goes charging forward, but his 2-metre frame bearing down on the keeper didn't rattle him, unfortunately. Barcelona just holding on to the ball. I mean, we've had more possession in the game, but of course we know Barcelona can keep the ball all day if they want to. Sancho there trying to cut inside. Kessie just on as a substitute. It looks like they're going to pick the holes open now. Andrade with the shot. Right, Speranza having a shocker now. So we're going to put on Jordi Cario. We're going to put him into an advanced position. Right, so now we've put on the shoot on sight. We have put 2 up top. We've got Perez playing as a run, Deuters, Brigilson, shadow striker, Bosch, advanced playmaker. So, you know, we're going for it as much as we can. In fact, Bosch I can put out there. We'll play him as an inside forward and just have Guedes sit centrally. Right, let's see if this works or if this gives us absolutely zero highlights. Oh, here we go. I've paused it just at the crucial moment. A free kick in a dangerous position. Are we going to get anything out of this? Jonathan whips it in, and we've hit the bar. We've hit the bloody bar in stoppage time. No, there's only a minute left. Come on, we've gone very attacking. We're trying, but no. That was our final chance. Again, we lose to Barcelona. At least this time we weren't humiliated. We thundered one against the crossbar in stoppage time. But no, it's Barcelona's trophy today, unfortunately. Well, we tell the team it was a good effort. I mean, we never, apart from that chance at the end, we didn't really look like scoring. Barcelona were the better team, you have to say. I mean, the same was true in the semi-final, to be honest. Atletico Madrid were the better team. But, just wasn't our day today. All right, sticking with the cup theme, we've just had the draw for the third round of the cup, which we finally enter, having completed our Super Cup participation. We will play Girona away, so that will be an interesting tie. So we'll be looking in terms of episodes. Episode 99 coming up. We're going to be looking to blast through some league games, see how far we go in the cup. Board want 5th round. I'd like to win something before we wrap this career up, something other than just the Spanish second division. So hopefully we can get a run going in the cup again. Shakhtar, obviously, will be hoping to progress in the Europa League as well. So we'll see. We'll get through as many games as we can. And we'll come back, when anything interesting or major is going to happen. I don't think in terms of the league we're going to be challenging for the title. We are at the moment in the hunt for 4th and Champions League spot. Not that we're going to go on to the Champions League next season, but it would be nice to at least qualify for it. So we'll come back whenever something major happens. What I'm thinking now is, obviously this episode's going to go out on the Thursday. Normally I drop an episode on Saturday, which I will be aiming for. Then we'll perhaps look into, potentially, if I can make enough progress, Sunday, doing a live stream to play the final games and finish off the series. That would be episode 100, make it a live stream. If that's something you'll be interested in, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you so much for watching. A shame we couldn't beat Barcelona when it mattered today, but it was a good effort nonetheless. Please hit the like button if you agree. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. I'm Dodgy Gamer, and I'll see you again soon.